Hey there everyone, my name is Morgan and welcome back to Fortnite. Today's video is going to be a weapon guide detailing what perks we recommend you guys should try to have on your weapons. This is a pretty hot topic that people are talking about in our Discord, which if you guys are interested in joining, the link is in the top of the description. You can find people to play Fortnite with and chat with us here at the channel, but anyways, let's go ahead and get into today's video. Perks on your weapons can really make or break them and decide whether they get recycled, sent to the collection book, and never used again. A great perk roll on a weapon makes it even better and worth keeping around, and a bad one is just bitter disappointment after being shafted by terrible RNG. In today's video, we will be going over my personal recommendations for perks on weapons and what I think works the best. Ultimately, it all comes down to your preference and what exactly you're looking for, but these are the ones that I strive to have on all of my current loadout. First things first, the rarity of your weapon will determine how many perks your weapon can have. Uncommons will have 2, rare will have 3, epic will have 4, and legendaries will have 5. First up, we have critical hit chance. As I'm sure you know, doing a critical hit obviously means you'll be doing more damage than your standard attack, but landing a critical hit isn't always a guarantee. With this perk, and if you happen to have multiple of it on a single gun, you'll be landing those big hits more often than usual, which equals out to you using less ammo and killing enemies a lot quicker, which in the later missions, the quicker you can take down the big husk, the safer you'll be. Next up, we have critical hit damage. Sure, hitting the big damage numbers often is nice, but what's even better is doing even more damage when you land those hits. Even if it's a lower percentage being tacked on by your perk, you'll still be hitting bigger damage numbers when you land those shots. When I find myself digging through my weapons and looking at their perks, I try to find a weapon that has at least one of each. You don't want to have too much of one or the other because it really just makes the weapon useless and you're missing out on having other great perks on your weapons, unless you're utilizing hero classes and the buffs they may offer. If you happen to have heroes who offer additional buffs to a specific weapon type, critical chances and damage, for example, match them with these weapons. For example, if you have a Poisoner Ninja and a sword with all critical damage buffs, his class also offers 20% critical chance on edged melee weapons along with sword damage perks, and thus that's a great combination. So keep an eye not only on your perks, but also on the heroes you have. You just might have a killer match that could do some serious damage. Our final perk choice is a toss-up between two different perks and is really just preference on how comfortable you are with shooting. The two perks we suggest are headshot damage and damage. The damage buff just adds to your base damage, which means your shots will be hitting a little bit harder, and that's always a nice plus. But the headshot damage perk, however, is a modifier to the damage after the total has been calculated, which means you could be doing some serious DPS numbers if you're consistently landing headshots. There's a lot of math that goes on behind it. I don't have time to explain it in this video, but if you guys would like a more in-depth look at that in another video, let me know in the comment section below. As I said, these two perks really just come down to your preference. Both are great to have, and it's just a matter of how comfortable you are with consistently pulling off headshots. If you have the choice between a weapon with headshot damage and one with damage, and you don't feel comfortable pulling off headshots consistently enough to get the full effect of that weapon perk, just go with the damage one and leave the other one alone. It's also worth noting that elemental damages are pretty great perks to have on your weapons as well, but they can actually be detrimental. If you have any elementals, the best would be energy, as it's effective against every element and you're not having your damage nerfed when going up against a specific element. Elemental weapons are very situational and don't make a large presence until later in the game, so it's something you can worry about once you get to it. As I said in the beginning, these are my personal recommendations, but I feel that they can make a world of difference if you happen to get a great roll on them. Everyone has a preference, and that's perfectly fine, so let me know what perks you guys are rolling and why down in the comment section below. I'm really curious to see what you guys are rocking on your weapons. Let me know what type of god rolls you guys have. But anyways guys, that brings us to the end of the video. If you found it helpful, a like is always appreciated here at the channel, and if you happen to be new to Split Screen, be sure to subscribe for everything Fortnite and more. Once again, my name is Morgan, thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.